Hey y'all, it's Kelly with Premium Fondant, back again with another take on the fireball tutorial. Last time I showed you how to construct a cellophane fireball, but this time we're going to look at how to go about layering for a realistic fire effect. So here I have 3 different colors of cellophane that I'm going to be using. The yellow and orange are each 2 layers cut identically, and the red is a long, narrow strip. So this time around, I'm doing a little bit different method to install the LED. I'm gluing around the base of the ornament and then inserting the LED itself. I'm gonna double check, make sure everything looks straight, and I'll set it aside to cool. All right, first we're taking 2 sheets of yellow cellophane. They are cut identically, but you'll notice as we start to shrink wrap them, it's not going to behave exactly like 2 squares. Each layer will shrink kind of independently and give us a really cool texture. So again, we're gonna heat from the base up. So first we're targeting around the bottom of the ornament, right around that LED, and that'll help make sure that it attaches and stays secure to this little prop. As we go up, again, you kind of want to work your way up toward the tip of that fireball because the shrink wrap is going to start to pull and bend a little bit differently as we go. Now, if you are going through and doing multiple layers, especially if you're layering colors, don't be afraid to not necessarily fully shrink the tips of each layer, just because you are going to be hitting them over again with each layer that you do. So these 2 orange sheets we're layering on top. And again, as the shrink wrap begins to shrink and condense on itself, it will darken a little bit. So you're going to get some variation in color depending on how the heat decides to make that cellophane behave. All right, now the red part is going to be a little bit more difficult because what I'm doing here is I'm going to pleat that long and narrow strip all the way around the base of that fireball. Now, if you prefer, you can pleat it and tape it and then wrap it around, but since I'm going to be heat shrinking this, I didn't want to be heating up tape just because I don't know how that would really affect it too much. So I'm just going to be manually pleating this as I go. Again, kind of the more difficult option, but you can approach this however you like. Once I have that cellophane fully pleated, I'm going to very carefully shrink wrap the base. Now you'll notice in some spots it's pulling up away from the base, so I'm going to carefully adjust that as I go. Pull it back down toward that LED just so we don't have any bare spots that are going to show that orange and yellow. All right, the base is looking pretty good. I'm just tapping very quickly and very gently to, again, help to try and merge those cellophane layers. And now we're shrink wrapping as we go. So you can see the heat is going to affect each layer differently, and you could do this a million times with your cellophane cut identically. It's always going to look a little bit different. Now we're going to turn it on. Again, I used an RGB LED, so it can flash through a couple different colors. But I have found that for an actual true fireball, a warm white is going to give you the best effect. And here we have it, the final fireball. Perfectly fits in the palm of my hand. I can add it to a handband, a glove, or any other sort of prop that I might need to add it to.